Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Down Now podcast. I am your host, Brendan. Today I'm joined by Stefan and Hunter.
Dickory dickory dock.
The mouse ran up the clock.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. Yeah.
Does anybody else know the rest of the lines?
The clock struck 12 and the whatever thing went off and the mouse died.
Good job, Hunter.
I feel like you listen to a different version.
Yeah, and then Satan rose from the floor
Mm-hmm.
and demanded
To play the
satiate
violin, not the violin, what is it called?
the fiddle.
Smack
the fiddle,
them
yeah.
whores.
Yeah.
He challenged you to a fiddle duel in Georgia.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Voice of my name's John.
Do you know that entire song?
Yeah.
We actually had
I'm
a
not
guy.
gonna-
We had a guy up the street who used to sing at karaoke. Holy shit, dude! He knew that song. He'd sing it as fast as it too, dude. It's crazy.
You guys ever do karaoke
You
by
don't?
myself? Yeah.
by yourself? You haven't.
Is it shower karaoke or is it like?
It is. But it's mostly just my sailor songs.
Huh?
What are some of the classic sailor songs?
The classic,
Yeah, bumping.
What Do We Do with the Drunken Sailor, Captain Kidd, some other ones. Fish in the Sea.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you grew up on the coast, but I do know better.
Yeah, you do know better. I know better as well. I don't know why I committed all those to memory, because they're fun. They're just fun. They're all actually, like, really sad.
Yeah, if you
Sailors,
look
dude.
at
Sailors
the
are sad
context.
people.
of those songs, they're always really depressing.
All the best songs are really depressing. That's what you got to
Yeah.
realize. Name
Yeah.
me, other than John Denver, name me good music that is not depressing.
What about Happy by Pharrell Williams?
It's
All right,
garbage
that's fair
music,
enough.
though.
I don't know. That's like a Happy comes on and I just feel better, so it gets a pass in my book. It's still
Yeah.
kind of bad, but I'm just like, I'm happy, motherfucker. You know, it's a singable song.
What was? Let me think.
Yeah, I think I definitely prefer moodier. Wait, this is the music.
Yeah, we said we weren't gonna do music, but now we're talking about music. All right, on to our subject matter
What
of
we're actually
today.
talking about.
Yeah.
What are we talking about today, Brendan?
Well, I'm glad you asked because I wasn't gonna tell unless you asked. It's Game of Thrones season 4, episode. Wait, season 7, episode 4.
Yeah. Well, I was about to say, what happened in season 4?
Yeah, dude, season 4 was the last good
Wait, I thought
season.
this is season 8.
It was.
What is this? Did you say 7 though?
No, I said season 4, episode 8 for some reason.
Oh,
I just got them mixed up, you know. I got them mixed up. No, it's episode 4, season 8 out of 6. It was.
I gotta.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know my
Stefan.
crazy theory where I was like, yeah, they're gonna have one more episode after 6.
Yeah.
No, they're not
No,
doing that.
yeah, they're not.
They're not.
At max, they have
My
these 2
conspiracy
episodes.
theories are
Hell-
completely dead. Everyone's conspiracy theories are dead.
Yeah.
why are they dead? What
There's
changed?
not enough. It's so all right. So let me put it this way: spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. There only
episode
2 options remain. She's the bad guy, and John's gonna kill her and become the king, or the reverse, and she's gonna become the queen, but is still the bad guy. Those
And
are the only
Jon
2
dies.
options.
Who are you talking about?
In
Khaleesi?
No, Daenerys. What is it? Help.
Oh, yeah, Daenerys. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Khaleesi Daenerys.
Well, Khaleesi is
Daenerys.
the
Daenerys.
Khaleesi's the name for that. Isn't that a Dothraki queen? Correct?
Yeah, that is. Yeah,
I always called her Khaleesi's though.
That's
it's
just me.
hockey. Yeah, it's hockey.
Oh yeah, they made it. They're still playing.
Yeah,
Still
they're still
playing.
playing.
On right now. We're losing currently though.
Oh.
2-3.
Ripperoni and pepperoni.
Yeah.
Illumini,
It's a kind of-
Patry,
it's a
Itfili,
kind of-
and Spiritu Sante.
God damn it, Brendan. No one's gonna understand. What?
Oh, wait,
What
wait,
season
where's the
was the
play?
Red Wedding?
That was
Uh,
three.
I missed those.
Was
That
it 3? No,
Yeah.
it was
I thought
4. It was 4.
No, that was
No,
three.
it's the end of
Oh,
3.
you're right.
which
It is 3.
4 is all like the repercussions of that.
Yeah, you're right. God damn it. Well, I get confused because I feel like Rob's war went on for longer than I... Like, in my memory, it goes on for such longer. Goes on for such a larger amount of time than it actually did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
kind of
wish
over
they
before
could
it
have
starts.
shown Robb Stark in battle.
They never did.
Well, it's because
'Cause
it was
it-
never in the books.
I know, but I think it would have been dope.
Yeah, I agree.
We would have like really
They just
connected
talked
with
about
him.
it being cool.
Yeah,
they're
Robb
like,
was
he's
just-
like,
He
he's
won
winning.
every battle. Like, I would have wanted to see him win a battle or two.
Yeah,
They
I
didn't
don't
have
know.
the budget. They didn't have
they
the
didn't
money.
have-
That's
they didn't have the
budget.
budget.
That's the real answer.
Yeah, they were just paying for all them titties.
But they did have good writing, so.
They did.
Yeah, I know.
And
What would you rather have? Good writing or big battles?
I'd much rather have the good writing because
Yeah.
it feels like we're the opposite now.
Yeah, we got the great battles, but they took away our great writing.
I wouldn't even say they're that great of battles. Or
No.
Mediocre?
the last one was-
Well, all right, hold on. Let's be fair. We're kind of as I said the last episode, we're kind of what's the word? Oversaturated, maybe? No,
with characters.
no, with battles. Like you got Return of the King, which is like by far the biggest and the bestest, and then you have Narnia, and then Endgame somewhere in there.
Yeah.
But Endgame's more of long than good. You know, the battle at the end of Narnia, that was pretty good.
Maybe we should do like a Narnia review.
A Narnia review?
Why
Why?
did they do a sequel? How many sequels did they do? I read all
We
the
watched them
books
all.
when I was a kid, but then I don't remember if they made all the movies.
We got to do that for one of the podcasts.
They
though,
they
dude.
made the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. They made The Voyage of the Dawn Trader and Prince of Caspian. But The Voyage of Dawn Trader was really bad and it didn't sell, and so they didn't make any more. The books are weird. I tried to read, like even as an adult, they're kind of weird.
They are.
There's
The
a.
first one's really good.
I always
they-
get
they-
Narnia. I always get that and Golden Compass mixed up.
They're basically the same thing. Let's be honest. Did you hear that? Someone just slammed their head into this floor.
Was that
Shit.
Cody?
Every. But he's not even watching the hockey game. He's just in his room. Oh, fucking Fortnite.
Dude, yeah, that's all it is.
All right, bet. So Game of Thrones. This new episode was basically like everybody fucks, and then everybody's moody. Oh, cool.
Does everybody?
Well, I mean, no, literally, like half the side characters fuck. I'm not even kidding. The orange-headed. Well, they even mistook their they're sitting there doing the drinking game with Brienne. Take a drink if you're a virgin, and what's his name? The squire takes a drink, but I'm like, didn't they hand him off to 4 prostitutes?
No, well, I think he just took a drink because he was like.
Because he was looking at Brienne, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, she's a virgin," and she's like, "What?" You know,
Well, then he's breaking the rules of the game. It doesn't make any sense.
He was just
That's
drinking.
true.
Well, then right after that, 2 girls look at him and is like, "Meh," and he's like, takes another sip. Yeah, it's
I gotta get that
Yeah.
pussy.
Dude,
I
Podrick's
think
the best.
yeah,
Podrick's
Podrick's
the
my favorite
best.
character.
He's one of the best
Legitimately.
characters.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, he's gonna have the Iron Throne.
Yeah, he deserves it. If anybody deserves it, he does.
There was a video on YouTube where it was like Podrick wins the Iron Throne because there was like a quote by like George R.R. Martin or something, and he's like, "It's all just cocks in the end." And it was like, there's a quote from season 3 where he's like, "Apparently he has a pretty big cock," and it's just like they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
it makes
was-
sense now."
I was reading
But yeah.
about that. Do you know he gets groped in public?
Really?
Yeah, because I don't know why, but people are like, "Well, they must have hired a person with a big dick." Am I right?
Well, because there's the episode, where there's like
Yeah, they
a
say
bunch
he
of
has a big
prostitutes,
dick, yeah.
and then they're just he's like they didn't let me pay him.
He's like-
Oh yeah.
and then they're like, "Podrick."
Yeah, they pour him a glass. They're like, "You're gonna tell us everything."
Oh, I love
They
those
should
first
just-
seasons.
They
God
should
damn
just
it.
have like a prequel episode of just his encounters.
It's just
Yeah.
him and it's just a porno.
It's out there.
Oh, dude, there is a Game of Thrones porno in every block. You know it.
Oh, absolutely. I've probably seen one or two.
And
That was an
they're
awkward
probably
laugh
more
there.
interesting than episode 4.
Even episode 4. Yeah, so episode 4 is it's unrelentingly boring.
It really is.
Even when stuff happens, like they even brought up the question I asked last time of like, who owns Storm's Landing?
Or
Storm's End.
Oh, Storm's
Yeah.
End. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Storm's
mixed
End.
up both of the. I mixed up King's Landing and Storm's End.
That's the same thing.
Yeah, so Storm's End, she's like, nobody owns it, right? And the one dude who's like, I guess I'm Baratheon-ish, is like, you're the king of Storm Ends, but we're not there yet, so
Yeah.
yay.
I thought that was funny though, how that was something we were talking about,
Well,
and then
It's
they do
also
address it.
it also comes up with the lore, like you know how his new lore book just came out. the way the original Baratheon got Storm's End is he was a bastard.
Oh, really?
And he took the name Baratheon because Aegon Targaryen or whatever, like, just gave it to him because he's like, hey, you're pretty good. Here, have this. I think he won a battle or something for him, and he's like, here, have this. So, it's kind of like, remember this, people who read the books? But it was still, like, even when it happened, I was like, yay.
Yeah.
And then they were like, and it's over.
Just felt very shallow.
Yeah.
Like,
And then she has that little thing where she's like, Tyrion, you're not the only one who can be clever. And I'm like, trying to think, I'm like, did he ever say he was the only one who could be clever?
That's right.
In fact, I'm pretty sure he called her clever, like, a couple times before.
Yeah.
Clever Gale.
It was just kind of... I do like the idea that they are bringing up this, like, conflict between Jon and Daenerys, so...
It's a very one-sided conflict.
I don't think it's gonna pay off at all.
Well, like, I can see what they're going for, and I'm pretty sure I know how it ends now. But I'm just still like, every time they're in the same room, I'm like, this isn't how, like, I mean, I get that they're not normal people, but, like, don't forget, they were, like, banging until 24 hours ago.
Yeah.
And then they're like, you're my aunt. And they're like, all right, this is weird. And then she's like, wait a second, that means you can take my throne. And he's like, but why would I do that? And she's like, because you're a man and you're evil. And he's like, but why would I do that?
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want the throne.
Yeah, it's just so funny.
Man, he's gonna get stabbed in the heart again.
Again.
I could see, what's her face? Daenerys burning the what's the bald guy's name?
Varys.
Oh, the spider?
Varys.
Yeah. I love him. They fucking picked the best actor for him, dude. He is so... That is just... Oh, he controls the scenes he's in. Even when you rewatch season 1, he is just...
He's awesome.
When the writing's great with him, he's like one of the best characters in the show. Like,
yeah, like, fuck everyone else. I want a book about him. How did he get to where he was?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he doesn't have anything.
Yeah, he started out as a slave.
Down there.
Well, I didn't know you were specifically talking about his balls.
I could see Peter Baelish also having a book too, from him, from like,
I love
because that's the same. I did too. I was sad when they killed him. Everyone was like,
"Oh, it was such a terror." It was such a like a not Littlefinger death as well.
No, he's like on his knees begging.
Well, yeah, and then somebody pointed out that like apparently people have been telling us that Sansa's the best at the fucking at the Game of Thrones, and I'm like. What? She was basically a slave until Jon killed what's his name? Ramsay, yeah. She was like a slave. I mean, mostly like most medieval women, she was a slave.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's how it was.
Yeah, unfortunately, but like
I don't think the show has shown her as being that good at the Game of Thrones.
And somebody said that the best Game of Thrones. She
complained about every decision that Jon has ever made. That's all it is.
Think the only thing she did that was smart was bringing the veil to help in the Battle of the Bastards.
Yeah,
but that wasn't even her. That was Littlefinger.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she said they needed more help. I mean, she didn't physically bring them, but she went over to Peter Baelish and was like, "You like my ass, don't you?"
Yeah, that's all she did. She just used her influence over him. But that's like the only time she's.
But that's, I mean, yeah, I guess she's been. But like I've always viewed her as, like from season 1 till season 5 almost, or I guess season 4. When did he die? Yeah, season 4. She was a slave, and then for another 2 seasons she was like slave-ish, and then all of a sudden she's like, I know everyone, and I am the gamest of Thrones-ish. It's just, it feels weird. But the best thing she ever did was the most gamey manipulated thing I've heard that she does, or at least I didn't think this at the time, but someone told it to me, and I was like, maybe, was telling Tyrion that Jon was a Targaryen. And I'm like, sure.
Oh, yeah.
I guess that was a smart idea. I mean, for what she wants to do, yes.
Yeah,
Or what... My bad. Not for what she wants to do. We don't know what she wants to do. We know what Daenerys thinks she wants to do.
The way they edited it, too, it made her seem really, like, I don't know, just like she hears the news, and then, like, one scene later, she's telling Tyrion. It's like she didn't even, like...
She didn't even try.
Well,
Yeah.
it's just the editing.
Well-
Like you can tell there's a big time jump.
I'm pretty
But
sure
it
it's
feels
more
like
of her
he just-
being a cardboard because I think she's supposed to be crying in that scene.
I don't know.
But like I'm sitting there and I'm like, come
I
on,
don't think she was.
come on, I've seen you fake cry.
I don't
Come
know.
on, I've seen the Dark Phoenix trailer. So yeah, there's that. What else? What else happens? Oh yeah, the one thing I did like, the one really big thing I did like was, and it didn't even have to rely on Sansa acting, which is probably what I liked about it, is that there are no more Starks. She's the last Stark, right? You know, going back to the title. It's a good title because
That
she's
is
now
true.
the last Stark. Arya is about to go do a fucking suicide mission presumptuously.
You think she's gonna kill the Mound? I mean, not the Mound. Cersei.
Yes.
Like
think
someone
gonna
did
have her
this.
do
Someone
both?
said this, and it sounded very likely. Is that because Cersei moved all of the civilians into the Red Keep? Cersei's gonna escape. Daenerys is gonna burn all of the civilians, and then as Cersei's escaping, it's just fucking Arya sitting there.
Dude.
You know, and
that
then
would
it's
be
the Hound.
so-
It's the Hound and the Mountain.
The Clegane
Arya,
Bowl?
yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, I'm
You
looking
did.
forward to that.
You just told me what the next episode is gonna be.
Yeah.
And then John's gonna
exactly
find
it.
out, and he's gonna lose his shit because you know he's basically the best person ever.
Yeah, I mean, I like that.
Well, one of the big problems is like in Game of Thrones, everybody's done something bad, ish. You know,
Yeah.
except for John, and you
I
could
mean, he
argue
did execute a kid, but even then,
The kid deserved
the
it.
kid
Yeah.
executed him. That's not really a bad thing, you know. That's kind of like
Exactly.
that's kind of.
Revenge.
It wasn't
kinda
even
like,
revenge. That's a
you just
law.
got Sekiro died twice. Yeah.
No, that's a law.
There's
If
nothing
you
can do,
kill
kid.
someone, you're gonna be killed.
murderer.
Yeah, you're a
Yeah.
murderer. Especially in the Night's Watch, where you know people are few and far between.
Dude, I hated it when he left the Night's Watch.
Also-
I loved it.
Also, someone pointed out that they just kicked the wolf out. What's his name?
I
Shadow.
feel bad for the wolf.
Yeah, he just
Yeah.
got yeeted to the north.
Yeah, Ghost is like.
He
there's-
never gave a shit about shit. What's his face?
Well, it's because it got way too expensive to make. Did you hear that?
I would rather take any number of like wolf scenes over the dragon scenes.
Yeah, the wolves are so.
I think the wolf shit's cooler,
It's
and
way
it's
cooler
related to
because-
the Starks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he's also not a Stark anymore, so I see why they did it, but it's wrong.
Yeah, it is.
It doesn't
Well, even
feel
in-
right.
Even in the books, it's like the wolves are a huge part of it. Where the Starks, where it's like if you die, there's a chance you can get revived by having your
Yeah.
wolf die.
Well, and then
sacrificed.
almost all of the Stark children, this isn't a book only thing, but almost all of them warg with their
Yeah, that'd be sick.
what are they called?
Are you kidding me?
Dire wolves. Yeah.
They-
So
yeah, they
warging,
warg.
warging's actually a thing that almost every character experience. The Hound wargs is with a hound, and it's
Are
know how.
kidding me?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
What? Why
Yeah.
is this in the?
Because it'd be too. I'm guessing because it's too hard to. Well, actually, they do it in the show. I'm pretty sure Arya Stark, when
do.
she's going north, wargs with her wolf before they surround her. The lady, I think.
I don't think she warged, but they had that first-person camera
Yeah.
view. They could have easily have that be her warging, though.
Yeah, if
They could do that for all.
Because
the
most of
wolves.
them
That'd
do
be
it when
dope.
they're asleep, and it usually predicts something. And,
Yeah,
and like
that'd
in a very like fortune tellery way, like you know, just like this very like not very common way. You know, you're like, oh, wolf eating a rabbit, and it's like the next scene, somebody with a rabbit sigil kills or the Stark. I don't know. It's something usually like that, or like the Hound wargs with the dog, and the dog sees people, a village. As I was saying. Anyways, so there's a lot of things in the book that happen that I wish they put into the show, but I get it that some stuff's just way too irrelevant to put in. But they definitely fucked over the people who said they wanted to see the dog more, or the what are they, direwolf. And then
I did like the fact that like scene they were kind of like getting rid of some characters. They're like, okay,
Yeah.
you're going north. Kind of said his last goodbye to Sam, and it's like,
dude,
okay,
that scene with Sam was fucking hilarious. Well, it's mostly because like I don't know like what they like. It looked so weird when John hugs her and then like pulls away and looks at her all weird and then like looks down at her tits, not her belly, her tits. Like it wasn't like it didn't look like he was looking down enough. He was just looking at her chest. And then she like looks down at something, look kind of like she was looking down at his dick.
Oh,
And
no.
then they both look up, and she has this goofy ass smile on her face. I was losing my shit, and then
I
Sam's
think I
all
know what
like,
you're talking about.
and
There was
Sam's all
something-
like, well, you know, there's not much to do at night. It was such a goofy fucking scene, but I do like it. I liked it, even though it was
liked it.
goofy. I loved it.
It was goofy, but I did like it. Sam's
This episode was goofy. It just
Sucks that he's on
It was all over the place.
the iconic coffee cup in the
Yeah.
frame.
Yep.
Oh, I heard about that. I need to look that up real quick.
It's
So apparently they just forgot to get rid of a
the
coffee
fucking
cup.
Starbucks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just sitting right there, and the internet just had this huge like uproar about it, this controversy. They're like, this
Quote,
coffee
unquote.
cup sums up what's wrong with Game of Thrones.
Well, that's like in
That's
I
the
think no,
symbol.
yeah, it is in this episode. In this episode, when they show what's his name,
Oh, I see it now.
Mormont, when Mormont dies,
Mm-hmm.
and it zooms on his body, and there's no wounds where he got stabbed. They forgot to CGI or whatever where he got stabbed. I don't want to keep this much longer, but
The
I
stupid
did
scene
like what
where
stupid scene?
Daenerys gets shot out of the sky.
Oh yeah, that was so
loses the
unnecessary.
Oh, the dragon?
Oh, that was so stupid.
Dude,
It
I
was-
loved it.
Dude, I
Dude,
told
it's funny.
you.
As soon as she looks and sees the dragon, I'm like, it's gonna die, right? Oh,
Oh,
man,
dude,
died.
it's
Really
it's
brutal though.
oh, and the best
I'll
part
give 'em
was when they show the fleet. I'm like, how do you hide that when you're flying? That's not like a fleets.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand how these writers are like, yeah, fleets they can just move like really fast and
They have
and
stealth.
they have stealth technology. Yeah, I'm like,
Camouflage.
and how close they are going together, you'd fucking hear it.
Yeah.
Boats
The
aren't
rocks-
quiet. It's,
The
even
rocks
if
aren't
they have
that tall.
sails, yeah. Nothing makes sense. That fleet has like killed this show. Single handedly,
I
it
hate
has
that
broken
stupid
it.
Fucking.
It's
they're
su-
just like,
it's such a
every time they
Deus
show
ex
up-
machina.
yeah, they're just like they just destroy everything. What the hell? Do they have the power of like?
Dude, I've never seen a fucking. They're just so They've never lost. I'm like,
they
what
have
is this
power of the
fleet,
same
dude?
race.
This is, dude, they are insane. And I'm like, okay, I get it. Greyjoys are good at like being ships and stuff. That's great.
Naval.
Yeah, they're naval superpowers. But those motherfuckers got the fucking
Laser
aims of
beam.
they've got fucking anti-air artillery on their fucking boats. I wouldn't be surprised if next like episode they come out and it's just a fucking ironclad from the Civil War with gunpowder.
Dude,
They're shooting fire at people. Like, what the fuck? And they somehow capture Melisandre, or not
all of the
Melisandre.
ships.
What's her name?
Masande.
Masande, yeah. Somehow I had to rewatch it like 3 times, and I was still like, how did they get her? That's like, how would
They
you?
didn't even linger on her.
No,
It's
they
like,
didn't.
She's missing. It's like, oh, that'd be crazy if she was dead. And it's like, nope, she's alive miraculously.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
how did-
it's ridiculous. And then they go there and like, I love the way they killed her. I thought it would be way more dramatic, but it's just kind of in the background. They're like, we beheaded her, and I'm like, oh, I thought they were gonna like burn her alive or something, like Targaryen scum.
I thought she was just gonna. I thought Cersei was just gonna Spartan kick her.
That's
Oh,
what I
that'd be
thought.
awesome.
That would have been way better, right? And it followed her
And she
too.
was-
If it
And
followed
she
her,
wasn't 300.
Yeah, exactly.
So that'd be a little reference. Like,
Was she?
Deserves a
This
300 kick.
is
Yeah.
Lannister.
these are the Lannisters.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Well, I thought they were gonna catch her on fire because she said the Valyrian word for fire, and then
Dude.
nothing happened, and I was like,
I don't like
what?
that. I hated that so much because to me it's like, is she saying burn everybody? Because it's like there's
Yeah,
civilians there.
it's a very it's not good. It's not good. It's not good.
It's not good.
It's mediocre at
I
best.
still like the mountain.
I feel like the old
Stuff.
Game of Thrones, when Tyrion walks up to challenge Cersei, they would have killed Tyrion right there.
You think?
Shot like a little bolt, like giant dragon killing bolt right at him, and just
I
saw
thought
him
it
in
was-
half.
I thought it
He
was
just
that what's
explodes
happened.
into little imp bits.
You
I
see his
thought
legs
that-
fly. His little-
I half
Oh, there was
expected
also
it.
the other dumb scene with Braun. What's his name?
I
Oh,
like
Bronn.
that. I don't know.
Did you like
it? Was
it?
dumb the way it showed up and the way it worked, but I felt like
Oh,
in
it was
terms
so
of, like,
stupid. What it accomplished was good,
Yeah.
but the way they did it was retarded.
The way
So
they
what
did
did-
it
what
was
is-
stupid as
What
hell.
was he? What did he want exactly?
I
What
think
was
all
he
he
bargaining
wants-
for?
I have no idea.
He
He's
just punches
basically
Karen
just
in the face.
yeah. He walks in there and he's just like, so
He's
I
like,
could kill you and get
I'm gonna
money?"
kill you, but it looks like she's gonna lose the war. But I still
I-
want something.
I want a bigger castle.
Yeah,
That's-
I want a bigger dick.
I
It's,
was
it's
fine
so
with it 'cause I'm like, that makes sense for his character, but
No,
it just didn't make
it
sense
doesn't.
when it. Well, I don't know. He's always been kind of a
Yeah, he's been a scoundrel and a scumbag, yeah. But it's not like he's actively trying to kill people. Like it's such a weird thing because imagine the same proposition, right? But to do work. Imagine you're an IT guy and someone's like, I need you to build a website, but it's fucking Toys R Us about 6 months ago. You're like,
right.
You know what? I'll pass. And you
just-
leave.
I just feel like it's not like his character, because I don't think he would ever like blackmail his buddies like that.
Yeah, that's the only thing that does bother me.
Yeah,
is
and
that it's
they're both technically his friends.
yeah,
In a very Game of Thronesy way.
yeah.
It's odd.
I think it was just an excuse for him to be like, okay, listen, he's not gonna go and try and assassinate him. He's gonna sit the rest of this season out.
I wish he could have.
I wish he killed one of them.
Because I thought he's still the greedy bastard that we know.
Yeah, like they
He
set
never-
something up and then they didn't even. It's not even an arc I want to see finished.
No.
Yeah.
And then the best part of this episode, because I want to get on with this quick, is when the information comes in that the dragon died, which somehow got there faster than fucking God knows how. Holy shit, dude. That got there within like 24 hours. Holy shit, dude. That's like a 5,000 mile journey, and it just fucking, boop, it's there. And then like Jamie's like, he's like, I gotta go. Oh yeah, he and Brienne fucked.
Oh,
Next.
yeah, that's right. I forgot that.
I never thought that was. I don't know why.
I never
people
thought that
wanted
was the relationship either.
I didn't like it.
No.
I
It's-
like
See,
the idea that they just had a mutual respect for each
Yeah,
other.
that was
Rather
was
than-
great.
Like,
I don't need to see every female and male character.
No.
Fuck.
And the way she was crying, like, don't go.
Yeah.
That like betrays her character. Like,
Yeah,
does.
it was a very. I'm not really a feminist, but if I was a feminist, I'd be offended.
no, it's like, yeah, I don't know.
That's the
It
way I
bothered
put
me.
it. Do you
it
like
really
that,
bothered
Hunter?
me.
I want to use that all the time now.
But I do like what's his name, Nikolai Kojist Wojowski or some shit,
Yeah.
some
weird name.
Eastern European bullshit.
Nikolai Nicotine. Cockadoodle doo.
How do you do it?
How does he do it? How did he get that name so right but so wrong? I gotta write that down.
It's like M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. It's like,
Yeah,
there's
that's
no
right.
way I'm gonna get that name. So,
Benedict Cramber Snatch.
Yeah, Benedict Crambersnatch.
Din Diesel, Walpocker.
Oh, that
Those are
kind of
the
requires
names.
a story to be fair, but
What does the
the
Walpocker?
Walpocker and the Din Vis or the is it
Wait, no.
I forget their real names.
Dude, I don't even know if that is their real names anymore.
But yeah, we'll get back to that story because it sounds insensitive when we say it like that. But
Oh.
trust me, it's good. It's a good story.
Is it?
Yes, because we have two of the only people in the world who could have thought it up and believe it sitting right here. All right, so yeah, and then he has this whole line. He's like, I'm not a good person, and he's like, I pushed a kid out of a fucking window because she told me to do it. I killed this person because she told me to do it, and he just goes on and on. I fucking loved it. I love it.
I liked that, yeah.
It was great.
he's like, peace out, bitch.
I don't think it's him.
I'm gonna go fuck my sister. See you later.
Yeah, at first I was like, oh, he's reverting back to his season 1 self, but I think it's more or less he's trying to redeem himself now.
He's gonna
'Cause
kill
I think he
Cersei.
still thinks that he hasn't
I don't
redeemed
know.
himself.
It's definitely 50-50 coin flip if it's Arya or
Or Jamie.
Jamie.
He's gonna use the traveling teleportation device
The
that's
time
in
heist.
King's Landing, and he's gonna
I-
be able to get into King's Landing in like 2 seconds after he leaves.
I don't think it's going to be. I don't think he'll kill her. I think it'll be the opposite. I think she'll end up murdering him, or what's his name will.
Maybe we'll have to
No,
see.
the
But
Greyjoy.
Yeah,
I'm
the
pretty
episode.
Game of Thrones out. So we came up with a different topic to talk about, It's related to Game of Thrones. We called it the most disappointing shit you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Or played.
Oh yeah, any kind of
Video games
media
count?
that was disappointing. Like, you know, you had high expectations, you went into it and you're like, holy fuck.
Even life. We could include life.
Can we?
So all of life, all of living.
Yeah.
Wait, do you mean the movie life, or do you mean like my life?
The
My
movie life,
Well,
including.
that's it. Well, I had high expectations for the movie life. They were fulfilled.
Were they?
You said they
Yeah,
were
they were.
fulfilled.
Yeah. It proved my Venom theory.
What the fuck? Well, that's another story for another
Should-
time. And you're not going to hear it for about like 2 weeks, so good luck.
Yeah. It'll be a
So,
while.
most disappointing things we've ever seen, played, read, enjoyed, anything. Top of everyone's lists, the last seasons of Game of Thrones.
No, I mean, they're still fine, in my opinion. Oh, disappointing, actually, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean,
But-
disappointing is really great because you can be like something like the Lord of the Rings books. I still think they're all right, but I like the movies way better, and I watched the movies before I read the books. And I read the books, and I just thought they were disappointing, you know? Like, anything can be disappointing. It's a very subjective thing. You don't have to really
well,
prove...
I mean, disappointing doesn't mean that it has to be garbage.
Yeah,
you
it doesn't
know?
mean
You
it's
can just
terrible either, yeah.
yeah. I mean,
like,
it's easy to build shit up in your head, but I mean, like,
Pulp
to call
Fiction.
something disappointing.
Pulp Fiction is a movie that was disappointed I was disappointed in, because it was built up so much for me. And when I watched it, I was like, okay.
What?
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 What? Yeah, I'm sorry.
I think there's certain things though.
There's a lot of scenes in Pulp Fiction that I did not expect in Pulp Fiction.
That was the best part.
Yeah. That's what I love.
Well, I just
I
mean,
love the
no, I mean, like, it wasn't very, like, I liked it. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I was just like, oh, this is not what the movie I thought it was. Like, to be fair, think of all of his other movies and then go back to Pulp Fiction. You're like, this is definitely not like the others.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more mellowed than
Any better.
Reservoir Dogs and not Quentin, of course, Django and
Oh.
his new
Yeah,
Star Trek
Inglourious
movie,
Bastards.
and you heard that right?
yeah.
What?
He's making
He's
Star
he's
Trek
making
movie.
a Star Trek movie.
Tarantino is?
Yeah.
Okay. So now's the time where you put down your bongs.
No, we're being real. You can go look it up on IMDb while we talk about other disappointing shit. Speaking of Star Trek,
Oh boy.
Oh,
the first
which
two
one, Into
seasons of
Darkness?
Next Generation,
What about the CBS All Access Star
Discovery?
Trek show? Have you guys seen that?
Dude, I don't even want to touch
What?
that show with a 10-foot pole.
What'd you say?
The
The new
Discovery
Star
one.
Trek on CBS All
Star
Access.
Trek. I heard CBS All Access, and I thought you were talking about Twilight Zone. And I still need to. I need
Ow.
to get CBS All Access.
I don't want to spend a penny. Fuck CBS All Access.
There
How
are
much is
very few shows that any like public broadcasting thing makes that I like.
Yeah, there's no way.
Very few. And I can name them, and I can name them because they all have the same person in them.
I hate the fact that CBS All Access exists. It's like you can't even if there's a show that they somehow fart out, they're never gonna have it on like Amazon or something like that. It's always gonna be on their stupid streaming service with terrible quality. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my opinion.
I mean, you guys pay for shit, so have fun.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. I can't. I mean, disappointing thing is kind of hard. Let me go through my Steam library real quick.
So,
What about,
just one, it's pretty easy to get hit at, but a very disappointing film to me because I did actually have high expectations for it. Was Chappie?
Oh,
Yeah, that is a good one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I had. I mean, I'd never heard about it before we went and saw it, but I was
you were
definitely
hyped.
disappointed after seeing it.
Dude,
Hunter
I
was
so
really
hyped.
hyped.
Because,
Yeah.
like, I love the concept of it, of, like, a robot gaining sentience, all right? Like, the trailers are pretty cool because they didn't show too much of the movie, which,
Yeah.
hindsight is... There's a big reason why they didn't show anything from the film. Because it's all garbage.
Oh, I have another one. I do like Chat. That was a good one. That's a good disappointing one. Metro Exodus.
And if you want to hear your thoughts on it, listen to the episode on
Yeah,
YouTube.
listen to our
Yeah.
fucking 5-hour
What
episode
is
where
it?
we
It's
just
like 2
go.
hours?
It is. No, it's an
Basically-
hour 30 after all the and hawing we did.
Right. Basically, I guess to sum up what we did in our podcast, it is disappointing.
That's what it comes down to, is it's disappointing. And we just said
is.
why we think it's disappointing.
Yeah, for an hour and a half.
Um
Trying to think
What about
of some other
Sekiro?
disappointing stuff.
You guys?
I'm not
I
disappointed with
never
it.
have high hopes for a FromSoft game. I played Dark Souls 2.
Brendan's just like, if it's good, then I'm surprised.
Well, it's not like I'm surprised. I know they make good games, but I also know they make shit ones. And Sekiro lands somewhere in between those. It's some kind of beast, half good, half bad.
I need to
I
play
got
some
one.
more of
Yeah.
the other one.
What's
I
yours,
didn't
Stefan?
have high expectations for this movie, but somehow the disappointment level for it really depressed me, and that was Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice.
That's a hard movie
That
to talk
was
about.
that was horrible.
I
Just-
think that actually, because I saw it after it was in theaters, and I actually had lower expectations for it.
And you were still disappointed?
I
it
still was kind of a little disappointed.
And it's not even like I'm a big fan of the characters. It's just like I was so disappointed at the decisions they are making, the
yeah.
filmmakers.
Yeah.
I was just like, why?
It just doesn't work as a film.
Why? I just remember like squirming in my seat in the theater, like this is so bad, but I spent
You
money
saw
on
it in
it.
theaters? Jesus.
Yeah, I
I
saw
did.
Dude, I saw it
Opening
opening
week.
night.
Damn.
I
I
saw
didn't
it
know
opening
that.
night in Winter Park at the worst theater possible. Front row, way off to the right.
Yeah, that's a great angle for
I don't
that.
think I
I was-
own any
yeah, I was actually
disappointing
happy 'cause
games.
It's better to see that film that way.
I'm gonna be honest. Oh, Fear 3. Fear 3 is a disappointing game. That is a
never played 'em.
Oh, dude, I love those games. That's a game series that you could like, if you put it on in front of me, I might not talk to you for a little bit because I'll be playing that. I don't
There's
know.
a brand of
Oh,
Frosted
Fallout 4?
Flakes that I was very disappointed by.
Yeah.
Are we gonna
What
talk
kind
about food? Oh shit, dude! If we're getting started on food, dude, oh my god! The first time I had prime rib or prime it's prime rib, right?
Yeah,
Is that what
prime
they
rib.
call it? Yeah. First time I had it, was not very impressed. Second time I had it, I was impressed. I don't know what happened that first time. I don't know. I was just not Dark
Oh.
Souls 2. Disappointment.
Dude, Halo 5.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. I can one
Because
up
the
you.
marketing
Halo
campaign
4.
was like, they were like, this is a completely different game. You know, Master Chief is like.
They
I
were
was like,
right.
I
It's a
like the
completely
idea.
different genre.
Well, I didn't like the idea of like Master Chief being a bad guy per se,
Dude,
but I like the idea that they were trying to.
We-
be like, hey,
we shouldn't start on Halo because this
Yeah.
this podcast might never end.
yeah, we can do a Halo podcast later. Okay, I guess a different.
But
game
to be
would
fair-
be No Man's Sky.
Oh, those are
Oh,
both very. Those
that's
are
the
both
king.
very
That is the king of disappointment in games.
The king of disappointment. What a title to be held. Like
It's
the
like I look in the mirror,
the
I'm
big
retarded.
bone of retards and the fucking. I'm retarded. Yeah, like the Quantum Leap, where he's like, "I'm retarded," and looks in the mirror. Oh
I
god,
bought
that's
the
so good.
$60 game that opening night
Oh,
with all the other losers.
I pirated it.
Hunter's brother was there.
Yeah, you saw my brother there,
Oh my god.
and then he brought it home, and I was like, shoot, I need to buy that game. It looks like fun. And then I bought it.
And you were
Played
sad.
it in about 4 minutes. Although, to be fair, they have made it a lot better. I wouldn't say $60 better, but I mean like Minecraft levels of like 20 or 30
Ooh.
bucks.
Well, I typically go back in there every year just to see the progress, and it does get a little bit better every time.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
like. Sometimes I jump back onto that sinking ship to see how much water they shot out of the sides.
Yeah, dude, I want to get on. I want to buy 76, but it doesn't go below 30. It pisses me off.
You can get it for free in Germany. If you buy an Xbox remote, they hand out 76 for free.
Take it.
Take it.
Oh no,
We
dude!
don't want this.
You think I'm kidding? They were told somebody leaked it that they were trying to go free to play, and so now you can't. They decided we're not gonna make it go free to play. But all the stores,
sticking with
all the stores have too much Fallout 76 stock, or they did when it first released, and so they were literally throwing it at people. Like you buy a $15 set of headphones, shitty ones too, and you get Fallout 76 first week out.
They had to have some like the Fallout 76 like things that give it to homeless people. Like
Yeah, they might
have
do
better
that.
uses
Yeah.
For it
Yeah.
then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fallout 76. That is if not if not what's it called, No Man's Sky, it's 76.
Yeah.
You know, they're tied to disappointment.
I mean, I never
think.
played it, but based off of what I've seen,
I mean, yeah, you just have to look at some of the shit. Like, you just got to look at people playing it opening day, and you'd be like, this looks like Fallout 1.
yeah, it's a disappointment because it's like, this is a Bethesda game.
I have another one. I have one that came out recently. It's you guys don't know it, but Imperator Rome by Paradox Studios. What a disappointment.
I know, right? What is it?
Yeah, I know you guys don't know. You guys know what is it called? Europa Universalis 4 and Crusader Kings 2 and Hearts of Iron 4. You know those what do they call them?
Are they RTS?
They call it Grand Strategy. They're called Grand Strategy. And I'm a big fan of almost all of them. And the new one they released was steaming. It was a steamer. You ever have a poop like that where you ate probably like, I don't know, a burrito, maybe some Taco Bell, and you sit on that toilet and you take out your Bible, you start reading out of it in Latin because you're afraid a demon might come out.
I have a transition here.
Okay.
So speaking of toilets, I bought a toilet plunger a couple weeks ago, which I would say was very disappointing. Because like my old one was looking nasty, and I'm like, I could probably get a cheap one. Go to Harbor Freight, buy one.
Oh.
Then I go home, and I plunge it into the toilet, and the handle snaps in half.
What the I got a better question. I got a follow-up question. What the fuck was stuck in your toilet that you broke the fucking handle with? That's some crazy shit, dude.
Testing it out, like, you know, just putting it in, it just snapped in half.
Did you, like, drive back to Harbor Freight and you're like, I just used this and it broke? Or were you just like, that sucks?
I looked at it, I'm like, that sucks, but that's kind of impressive. And it's just like, I'm gonna keep my bathroom.
It's just, you just have a broken ass fucking toilet plunger. Can you still use like the plunge end, or is it like broken the entire way where it's just like, how broken is it?
So it's only like the very top of the handle. So my hands will just be a little closer to the toilety water when I plunge it in there.
You gotta be careful not to get. You gotta wash your hands after that shit.
Wait, it was plastic though, or wood?
Yeah, it was plastic.
Oh well, there you go. That explains it all. Don't get plastic.
You gotta get the wood.
Yeah, you gotta get the real. You gotta. I mean,
The
trees
American-
survive for thousands of years. Plastic is futile compared to wood.
Yeah.
What about like a metal toilet plunger? Like the
Yeah.
most
Hell yeah.
gangster.
I don't think toilet plungers would be considered a gangster.
What are you talking about? They are the most gangsters. Get out of here, Brendan. You don't know what you're talking about. Toilet technology is the next step in human evolution.
You guys ever see those Japanese toilets, like where the handle opens?
Oh
It's
wait, I thought we were talking about the ones that shoot water up your asshole.
Shoot, up
Well, that too, but there's one where it's like artificial intelligence, and when you walk in, it goes.
I don't need artificial intelligence to help me take a
What does
shit.
it do?
Like it'll open up the toilet.
So you don't
Door
have to
thing.
lift the seat up?
No, you don't. So
So
it goes,
like
Anything?
so it's basically something made for women when they complain that you
Does
you
it-
don't put the cover
Precisely.
down.
So a
But-
machine grabs your body, throws it onto the toilet, and then shoves a metal thing up your butt and extracts the feces?
It fucking sucks it out of your bum hole. It's like airtight. It's like God. We're sorry if somebody threw up or just stopped watching or listening. Listening.
They stopped listening a long time ago.
Oh yeah, we
That's the
now that
podcast.
all the fucking losers are out, we're gonna talk about shit. Fuck. I'm trying to think of more disappointing things. I just checked my entire Steam library though.
I actually just checked my what was it, on the PlayStation? Killzone. Did you play the new Killzone? Yeah, you
Yes,
did.
that is a very disappointing game.
I mean, it's just compared to the other Killzone games, it's just a mediocre shooter.
It's less than media. I mean, it looks good, but
Yeah,
it's kind of poop.
it is.
Oh, these most disappointing movies are kind of weird. I'm just looking up sums to see if I can get They said Spider-Man 3.
How is that disappointing?
Oh, the Last Airbender. All
I
right.
haven't looked for that in the first place. So
You know, it has Twilight in here, but I'll add to that. I don't think the first Twilight movie's bad. I think it's overly I think it's like a mediocre movie that was blown out of proportions, but the sequels are bad. Those are some bad fucking movies. Oh, I got one to beat them all. Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Oh,
fuck
boy.
you. That's a masterpiece in filmmaking. Get out of here. God.
I have some other ones. Every Transformers movie after the first.
No. Oh no. I
All right,
disagree
after
with
the
that.
third.
No, I disagree with that. I think
Why?
every
Is he
single
better?
one, because they set the bar so low that I actually am genuinely surprised and
when they make
entertained.
another one.
Yeah, I'm like, wow.
Ooh, Aragon, the movie. Ooh, I mean, I
haven't
liked
read
it
the
as a
book.
kid.
watched
Yeah, I
it as
never
a
read
kid,
the book.
Yeah, I haven't seen it since.
Um,
I imagine it doesn't hold up well.
the Godzilla with what's his name, Ferris
Jeremy
Bueller.
Irons is
Matthew
in that.
Broderick.
Yeah, I actually liked that movie. I have nothing to say about that because I watched it as a kid. I hadn't watched another Godzilla film until that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, I had watched all the other like Japanese ones when I was a kid because my
Dude,
uncle had them. And
After
then I watched that one.
I
and as
was-
a kid, I even knew it was bad. I was like, "This is garbage. That's not
This is
Godzilla.
garbage.
That's
That's
a
just
lizard."
some fucking lizard, yeah. Dragon Ball Evolution, that's bad. Ooh,
never-
Matrix 3. Ooh. Ooh.
I don't think I've ever actually seen all of Matrix 3. I've only seen
It's-
like the beginning and the
The
end.
only good part is when they're defending the city from the robots cuz it's some fucking bullshit. It's
Is
crazy.
that when there's that dude in that thing and he's just like, ah?
What about like Popeyes? Popeyes chicken. I
That's
tried
only
that
for
the
you,
first time.
Stefan.
You guys like that?
I love Popeyes.
I've never had Popeyes.
It was immensely disappointing for me. It,
Oh no, I love it.
all the hype,
Yeah.
and it was just like if I could rank it worse than my school cafeteria's kitchen chicken, or even like frozen food. Well, I mean that's what Popeyes is, but
I can't.
it was prison food basically.
I don't think
the
I've
chicken
ever
just didn't taste like chicken.
I don't think I've ever ordered something that I was disappointed with. Wait, no. I ordered pasta at Olive Garden one time and I was disappointed with it. But Olive Garden's generally disappointing. Yeah, Olive Garden, disappointing, definitely.
Well, what happened one time was I went to a restaurant and they mixed up my order with somebody else at the table. 'Cause they got
Yeah.
everything exactly the same as me, except it was chicken fried chicken, but the gravy was changed.
Oh no.
My cousin, and it was like my whole entire family was there, and my cousin, she was on the other end of the table. She ordered all the same sides, exactly the same as me, except she had jalapeno gravy.
Ooh.
And they didn't say that it was jalapeno gravy. They were just like, "Hey, here's this chicken fried chicken with these sides." I was like, "That's me. I get it." I eat all my sides first, and then I like get into it, and I'm like, "This is the worst. What did they do? Someone pissed in this gravy because it didn't taste spicy. It just tasted gross."
Oh,
Noise.
I got another one. Every Die Hard after the third one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Percy
Die Hard
Jackson.
5.
And I got a call back to the last one. Battle Los Angeles.
Ooh.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so that was good. I like that.
That was nice. Any last?
I'm trying to
disappointing?
think of other things that I found disappointing.
I know.
I don't-
There's
I
a
don't-
show
Yeah?
I was watching on Netflix. Haunting a Hill House. I thought 9 episodes was amazing television. Then the last episode completely just shit in my breakfast cereal, and
It ruined it.
Really?
it bothered me for like weeks. Like I would just think about it. I'm like, why did they do that? It just you had gold,
Oh,
and you just disappointed me for the rest of my life.
I'm sorry. I've never seen
Yeah.
it because I
They
don't like horror
betrayed me.
movies. Oh, I got a story actually. You guys might like, but I
Okay.
got another one. I was just looking through my Netflix. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. It's not a bad film. It's just it
is
wasn't like the
disappointing.
first one, and so it was just
Yeah.
kind of disappointing because I went in I really just wanted to see the first movie again.
I agree.
All right, are we done with this disappointing
Oh.
stuff? Because I got a funny story.
Another one is Black Panther, because it was. I think we saw it a week later.
Yeah.
And it was hyped up so much, and I was like, it's got to be good.
Oh yeah, I mean, I
that
know
good.
I know that when it was on Rotten Tomatoes, there were there was 2 3-star reviews and 1 4-star review. That's it. The rest were perfect. It had a 100% Rotten Tomato score for the longest time, and I was like, oh my god,
Definitely.
this is
did
the
not.
best movie ever. And then I heard some things I'm like, where people are like, yeah, this is just kind of, it's kind of a dog whistle and kind of just like, make Africa great again.
Yeah,
For lack of
it
a
just
better
wasn't-
term.
I mean, it's not the worst movie I've ever seen.
No,
but
yeah,
it
but
definitely
it was definitely
just didn't-
disappointment. Yeah,
it
that's
just
a
wasn't
good
as
point.
good as much as it was hyped up to be. They were like, it's the best Marvel film yet, and it's not.
I don't know. We talk about this movie anymore. It might sound like we're the Black Panther shitting on podcast.
I think we are.
Well, I don't know. I
We've
don't
spoken
hate it.
this.
I don't hate it. I hate that other people think it's the best thing.
No, yeah, I'd agree. I mean,
It definitely, when I rewatch the rest of them, like in a row, come 10 years time,
yeah,
I definitely will watch it and I'll be like, next.
I mean, yeah,
I'll skip over Captain Marvel because there was nothing to be gained from that. But I don't think I'll skip over. Like, I think what happened is I was like, man, Black Panther was bad, and then we saw Captain Marvel and we're like, whoo, Black Panther, you're pretty good.
Yeah, it did improve it.
Yeah.
I think we're good. What time are we at?
There's probably more.
We're at 56 minutes. But I
Yeah,
got a
let's do
story. All right. So you two know it, but not nobody who listens probably knows it. I fucking hate horror movies, right? I don't like them. I don't mind being scared. Like, I can do horror games just fine. I just don't like horror movies. I don't know why. It's just something as a kid. Maybe I watched a real bad one. I don't know. So I was falling asleep one night, and I was having trouble falling asleep, right? And I was like, man, I hate horror movies. And then I started talking to myself about how much I hated horror movies, and then I fell asleep. Guess what? Had a nightmare. Weird, right? But the worst, and usually when I have nightmares, it's in a different place. So when you wake up, you feel comfortable, right?
Yeah.
You ever have a nightmare where you're in your own room?
Not really.
Yeah, never. It's fucking terrifying.
Oh, wait, is that sleep paralysis?
No.
No.
Sleep terrors. You're talking about sleep terrors. Yeah, no, I didn't have a sleep terror. I just mean, I think my brain literally, like, was fucking with me, right? Because I had a dream, and it was scary, and then I woke up from that dream in my chair at my desk.
Oh, what?
Yeah. But I was still in the dream, and then I was watching a YouTube video. It might have been just PewDiePie. I have no idea. Which, I haven't seen a PewDiePie video in fucking forever. So
That's the scariest part.
What's up, Rose? Did he reach out from the screen?
Yeah, no.
Punch you in the face?
No. It was, those YouTube videos where they like hide something, like when they put something in between frames, like for one frame they show something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when they do that, I saw that and I was like, oh, a jump scare's coming. So I took off my headphones because I was wearing headphones, and I heard the scream anyway. I heard that it was like a scream, and I heard it anyways, and it sounded like it was in my house. And I'm like, and of course Dreamy was like, that's fucking weird, and kept watching the video. And the way I have my room set up, you guys don't know this, but the door is behind me, and you can crack the door and look at me, and when I look back, all I see is your eyes. That's what happened. So what happened was I was in a dark room, and I hear like just the faintest of sounds, and all the lights are off, even the hall light, which is weird. I turn around and I just see like almost like it was actually like night, like if you look at like Outlast, people's eyes in Outlast, like night vision eyes, that's what they were. That's exactly what they were. And I'm like, oh, it's just my little sister. Open the door, turn on the lights, and the door opens. I'm like, that's about a foot taller than my little sister, and they have short hair. And then it went to turn on the light, and I was like, woke up 5 o'clock in the morning, had gone to sleep at 2. I was like, you know what? I'll be awake forever now.
Oh man.
Because
that sounds like
nothing's worse than having a nightmare and waking up in your own room. Because and it was even double thinking. I was even like tripping in my brain in the moment, like in the dream. But I woke up and now it was like triple tripping.
I know what
yeah,
you
that
mean.
sounds like something that happened to me with sleep paralysis too, where you're in a scary situation and then you're dreaming that you wake up from your dream, but you're still dreaming.
Yeah.
And then you're like in your room, and then more scary shit happens. Like I swear.
I don't think that's ever happened to me.
I fucking hate brains sometimes.
The scariest dreams I ever have is when I go through my entire day and then I wake up and I'm like, oh, wait. Like, I always have dreams where I'm having like a successful day at school and then go to work and then I get all my work done. Like my entire day plays out in my head, and then I just wake up and then I'm thinking, I'm like, wait, did I do all that?
Yeah,
and then
then
I'll have had
you're sitting at
interactions
home.
with like my
You're sitting at home
people.
playing video games and you wake up and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, dude, it sucks. It's like, now I have to do all that.
Dude, that's fucking hilarious.
It's the worst. Those are the worst dreams when you're just living life.
To be, you go
man.
ahead. You go ahead.
I got a scary story, kind of horror related.
Is
I've
this
told
is this
you guys
where?
about
Yeah.
this.
Hold on. Can I tell one more?
Yeah,
And,
totally.
Like, this is how like anti-scary I am. The other nightmare that is still vivid in my head is about Scooby-Doo 1.
That
You
is
know the
scary.
monsters from Scooby-Doo 1, the live action one?
Those ones are frightening.
They were terrifyingly CGI'd. I agree. But like, I was 5. That was probably not the last time I had a nightmare, but the last one that impacted me.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, you go ahead and tell the story. I like this one. We'll
So-
go over.
This is
I
my
don't know what
one
this one is.
paranormal experience. I can't explain it. It's probably my brother fucking with me, but who knows. So I was house sitting at my grandmother's house probably a few years back. I think I was a freshman in high school at the time. And I was sleeping in my grandma's room, and over my bed that I was sleeping on, there's a shelf full of dolls, all
God.
with their legs hanging out under you. So while you look up onto the ceiling, you see these dolls' legs hanging there. So I'm like, okay, that's kind of spooky. And do my thing. I go to bed. I'm, listening to a podcast on my phone. I drift off to sleep. And while I'm sleeping, I'm having a dream that one of the dolls that freaks me out when I was looking at them, one of the dolls is choking me in my sleep. And I wake up, and I swear to God this happened. That exact doll was sitting on the bed. Like, it was off the shelf, and it was on the bed. So literally, I wake up, and it was just fucking terrifying. Like, I did not, sleep well for the rest of the night. I was just like, I'm just gonna sit at the kitchen table, because that was fucking terrifying.
God, dude.
Yeah.
Brains. Can't live
I
with
know.
them. Can't live without them.
Dude, that is scary.
You got any spooky paranormal stuff, Hunter?
I don't know. I mean, just dreams about me just being somebody, and then they make a person out of another person.
You made a person out of another person and sent that person to kill me. That was so good. 10 out of 10, dude.
Yeah, that was great.
I can't wait for that movie.
Dude,
Day
when does
one.
it come out?
Is
Is it November? It's a November film, correct?
October.
No, October.
Dude, it could come out next month by the way it looks.
Dude, I can't wait.
Well, it's gonna be so
Do
stupid.
you guys think the CGI looks good on it?
It looks good in some
It
places,
looks
but the
rubbery.
problem is Will Smith never looked old. So
Yeah.
I can't tell which one is the old one and which one is the young one just from like a split second look.
And specifically, when you have one frame of it,
Yeah.
it just looks bad.
It does.
But when you see it in motion, I think it works well.
Oh yeah.
Well, all CGI
But,
looks
like-
bad when you stop it, really.
Like the thumbnail and all the Will Smith trailer videos, it's just like this terrible looking CGI version of itself.
Yeah.
Well, I think when it's in motion, your eyes are more because it's in 24 frames as well. Your eyes aren't like super adjusting to what you're seeing. It's catching, it's catching blurry things. It's not catching
Yeah.
the entire picture, so to say, but it's catching blurred frames and pixels and stuff. So it might not be bad when you go to see it, but from stills, it looks kind of bad. It's never been about being there. Or, what the fuck? It's never been about, stopping and staring for a whole while. It's always been
No.
about keeping it in a movie and keeping it going, without causing people to go, what the fuck? You just want to see it and be like, oh, that's him young.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it looks alright. I'll tell you what, though. Flipping Godzilla, dude. I'm seeing the trailers now on my phone all the time, and I can't.
I don't want to see anything else.
I don't, yeah.
I'm there
Yeah,
day one.
we saw the PG-13 trailer, and it was like, it showed everything.
Oh yeah, it ruined the entire. I mean, not ruined it, but it was.
Dude, I didn't know Braveheart.
I saw
could
things
get
that I didn't want to see.
Yeah, definitely. They're making
Oh,
trailers
really?
too good. Yeah, they're making trailers
I-
too good now.
It
I
just
haven't really
spoiled
been
stuff.
watching them. I've been kind of like, whenever they come on, I just turn it away.
Yeah,
You listen to it, you're like,
I do. I
I
listen
can
to
see
it.
the monsters. They're in my
Y'all-
head.
you all
That's-
want to do a review about it in
For-
the future?
Godzilla?
When
Yeah.
does it come out?
Dude,
31st of May.
yeah, 31st.
Calendar.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
of course.
actually that's close to something I got to do. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if it's that weekend, it should be good.
Yeah.
Stay
Oh,
tuned,
Stay
Yeah.
tuned for the
loyal listeners.
monsters of what is it called? Godzilla, King of Monsters,
King of the Monsters.
Kingster of Monsters.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of material. Next
Yeah.
week, what do we doing?
Well,
on
next
music
week,
stuff?
next week we're gonna have a guest.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, we'll
mean-
maybe have a guest.
I mean,
But
he,
we'll
he
be-
was like, yeah, next time, and I was like, okay.
Next time, kiddo,
yeah.
go talk to your friends.
Nobody important, you know. Well, I guess he's important-ish.
He's not that important.
It's
He's not
just it's
that cool.
yeah, it's just Hunter's brother.
Yeah.
But we were planning on talking about some music.
Yeah.
As you can tell by the beginning of it, we were still kind of in the music mood.
Yeah.
Maybe
but yeah,
the tad bit of Thrones.
Yeah.
a tad bit. If something like super important goes on,
Yeah.
we might make a small one and then do the music one. Maybe, I don't
Yeah.
know. Depends on
Yeah,
Stefan.
we'll
He
see.
does everything.
Yeah.
He's the mastermind.
He is.
I like how the end of the podcast every time is just you guys are patting me in the back. You're like,
Because, dude, you
Good
put
work.
in a lot of work.
It's more of like sucking your dick.
Yeah.
We're like, oh yeah, Stefan's the best. He does everything. Yeah, and then we leave.
Yeah.
honestly,
and then we're like,
though,
okay, have fun, Seven. See you.
I don't care about the audio. It's all about the thumbnails. I put in
Dude,
a
yeah.
lot of work.
Those
on this stupid
thumbnails are
They're
getting
good. I
better.
love
dude.
Even if
I
they're
love
cheesy.
them.
They get better and better.
Those thumbnails.
You guys didn't see it. People were watching, but he made a Natalie Portman with a baboon
he
ass.
did. He did,
Or it was a
yeah.
baboon with a Natalie Portman face, and it was great.
Wait.
It's fantastic. You know what
Yeah.
I should do? How big's that picture?
Where did
Can you
put
make it bigger?
It'll look bad.
there's
though.
some forums where they're like, oh, Natalie Hirschberger's, or not Hirschberger, but
What?
that's her. She has a Hebrew name, and it's close to that.
Okay.
Portman.
Yeah, her Hebrew name sounds like that, and of course they only call her by her Hebrew name because they're weird. But I'm gonna go onto that site. I'm gonna post that picture.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be great.
It'll look bad scaled up, but
Yeah, it would. God
it'll
damn
it'll
it.
be funny.
They also won't have the
'Cause
context.
The image is like 480.
You don't need context for it.
I guess that's true.
You can just send it to people out of the blue, and they'll be like, "That's funny and interesting, but I have more questions than answers." All right, I guess that's been us, the Down and Out podcast guys.
Yeah.
Brennan,
That was a
Stefan, and Hunter.
great episode.
Yeah, we definitely didn't phone this one in.
Yep.
See you next time. Sunday.